Detroit at San Francisco, +3.5, the Niners. In the action wrapped, my uh third most units won after the Rams and the Packers, Detroit Lions. Most units lost, San Francisco
Mm.
49ers. Consistently overvalued them this past season and this past year of 2024.
I say that might just been from the playoff run where you just kept backing them and they lost every week. And then luckily you got off on the Super Bowl though.
I did. I did. Um, I'm looking for reasons to not take Detroit, and I'm not sure I can find any.
This is another game that comes down to playoff seeding, right? If Minnesota loses to Green Bay, because remember we were like, what the fuck is this line? I can't believe this line. Still
Yeah.
cannot believe this line. It is bizarre what this line is still. Like, I don't care if Detroit has injuries. Like, this 49ers team just can't move the ball and score. They can't finish drives. It's been a problem
They have
all
their
season.
offensive line is terrible. Their running
Yeah,
backs are not very good right now. They're
they're down to
down
their
to the fifth
fourth back.
string. Yeah.
Yeah. So this line to me is just the books hedging that what we just talked about. Minnesota can lose to Green Bay, and then I think it makes it so that that game doesn't matter next week because it's just I don't really understand this line at all. Detroit don't. I mean, if the Vikings lose and they win this game, Detroit doesn't that just lock up them to be the 1 seed? Again, I don't really know the whole playoff seeding how it works,
I
but it's
think
like
it I think so. Wait, no, because they'd have to win one more game
Detroit.
because they've lost 2 games. The Eagles have lost 3 games. The Vikings will have lost 3 games. So they have to win at least one more game to win the tiebreakers against those teams. But then they'd still have to beat
Well, the only
Detroit.
tiebreaker that matters is the Vikings. That's the only
Right.
team
They'd have to
that
beat
can get above
Minnesota.
them.
If Minnesota loses, then it's done
Right.
because Minnesota will have lost 4 games. They only have lost 2 games. If they still have to win one more because the
No,
last weekend.
Minnesota is only at 2 losses.
Okay.
That's what I
So
mean.
then
So like,
they need to win this game.
I don't know what the books are doing this line. I wanted to put my life savings right now on this Detroit team because it just feels like they're going to kill this team and destroy them, and it's a bad number. But the books are trying to tell us something here, making this 3.5. Another prime time game. I don't know if they're just giving away money here, but it feels like that. Like this number, to me, should be 6. It's 3.5. Tons of value right now on this Detroit side, but like we just said, I had to look more into the playoff whole scheduling if this game matters to Detroit or if it's just like, well, this game doesn't even matter. We just need to beat Minnesota next week. That's the game that matters. This game is irrelevant whether Minnesota wins or loses. So, very interesting that this number is 3.5. Just, if the 49ers were semi healthy, I would make this 3.5. If they had McCaffrey this season, and they weren't so terribly banged up, this would make more sense. But this is a team that's had a year from hell. We've talked about this 49ers team. Everything that's gone wrong has gone wrong, and Purdy's regressed in a bunch of different ways. And there's just this. Even that game against Miami, like they're in that game and they just fall apart in that second half, and that's been their MO all season. Like them giving up that walk-off rushing touchdown to Miami has just been what's plagued them all
Yep.
season. They've just been terrible closing games out. So yeah, this line, I circled this one and I circled that Chargers game of the 2 fishiest lines of the week.
All right. I like that. We're bookending it. Chargers and Lions reek of fishiness. It's a holiday season. What is that? 7 fishes? Is that a big Christmas thing?
I'm doing 7
I know.
fishes tonight, going to my Italian cousin's party.
What do you think you're going to get?
What kind of fish?
Yeah,
I don't know. I always go for the cod though. I'm a cod guy.
I
So I
love
immediately
cod.
go for cod. Yeah.
Fantastic. I know it from The Bear. One of the best episodes of The Bear ever is the 7 fishes episode.